All right, so in today's video, we are going to be looking at how you find the area of a triangle. So our inquiry task is this. What is the area of this triangle? What I'd like you to start with is first, what do you notice? And then what do you wonder? So go ahead and pause the video while you think about what you notice and what you wonder. Okay, so you're back. So you probably did an observation of, what do I notice? You probably looked at and you saw that this triangle is on a grid. So you probably noticed maybe some dimensions. So you probably counted up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This triangle has a base of 10. You probably also looked at the height of the triangle. So the height being the dimension that is, if you were to draw a straight line that intersects the base at a right angle all the way to the top of the triangle, that would be the height of the triangle. You probably noticed it has a height of 4. All right, so what do you wonder? Well, you're probably wondering, ooh, what's the formula? And maybe you remember the formula from previous years, maybe not. Either way, that's fine. But you would use that information to calculate the area. Okay, so before we go into what that is, what I'd like you to do is with a random scrap piece of paper, and you're gonna need some scissors as well, I'd like you to draw a parallelogram. Any size, any dimension, it doesn't matter. Just remember that a parallelogram has 2 sets of parallel sides that are of equal length, and they're parallel to one another. Okay, so here's my parallelogram. Okay, so here we go. So go ahead and pause the video while you get your parallelogram ready, and then you're going to cut it out. Okay, so we now have a parallelogram. Okay, now the next step, what I'd like you to do is take your parallelogram, and I would like you to cut it in half to make 2 identical triangles. Now, the way you do that is that you cut it in half. You can do from corner to corner this way, or from corner to corner that way. I'm just gonna go this way because it looks a little bit more like my original triangle there, but it doesn't matter, it'll work either way. Okay, so I now have 2 identical triangles. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it this way. Okay. Now I have this triangle here, which is totally perfectly identical to that triangle. So when I say they're identical, that means that the dimensions are the same and the area is the same. Okay, so if I were to flip it this way, you can see that these triangles totally line up and they match perfectly. They're the exact same size. So how can I use that information to derive a formula about how to find the area of a triangle? Okay, so if I think about what this parallelogram is and its dimensions, let's do the same thing that I did over here. Let's find the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has a base measurement of 9. And then what is the height of my triangle? Okay, well, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has a height of 6. Okay, so I want you to think about yesterday. What was the formula to find the area of a parallelogram? Okay, pause the video while you think about that. What would then the area of this parallelogram be prior to the cut? Okay, so you're probably back. You know that to find the area of the parallelogram, the area is going to be base times the height. And in this case, 9 times 6 is 54. So the area of this parallelogram is 54. But I want the triangle, the identical triangle, one of them. So I then am going to take that area and I'm going to cut it in half. So that means I'm going to take that and divide it by 2. So the area of just this triangle part is going to be 54 divided by 2. So the area is 27. because half of 54 is 27. So this triangle, I know that area. So how can I use that to get the area of this original triangle? Pause the video while you apply this idea to those original numbers if you need to. All right, so we're back. You're ready to see. So I know that I can take the base times the height. So the area is going to be my base times my height. And that's going to equal 40. Now, if I did my base times my height, basically what I just did there was I found the area of this whole parallelogram, the whole entire thing, just like I did here, right? Now, if I want the area of just that triangle, boop, I want to get rid of half of it. So I don't want that amount. So I need to take that and divide it by 2. So the area of this original triangle is going to be 20 centimeters squared.